I want to share how I look at a chart. When I see a chart, what is the process that is going on in me when looking on a chart. And I was fortunate enough to open enough charts, not enough, maybe the correct amount, to gain some experience that was hand in hand with my study process with a teacher. So when I look at a chart, it is not anymore just those lines of type and strategy and authority and profile up. It can all just vanish. It is not important. The only thing that is important is to see the body graph and the two columns of the personality and the design. And then I watch, and it's not an effort. I just look at it. And from a two-dimensional chart, it starts to be more than that. It starts to be more than a two-dimensional chart, because I start to see how the energy flows there. I start to see what things will be the most difficult for the person. What is the weak point in the chart? What is the weak point in the white, in the openness in the chart? What is the weak point in the defined themes in the chart? And what is the strength, the point of strength that you can rely on? And it starts to be something that is moving for me. It has a feeling of excitement, or it brings a feeling of excitement to me, to see it, to see things unfold. And when I think about it and process it, more understandings can come. I don't say it happens 100% all the time, but it is a thing that comes more and more to me when watching a chart. And later, when I share on the chart from that place of this observation, it can be also immediate, that I just sit with someone, we open his chart, I look, and something can flow out. Yes, more observation can help more, but all is perfect. And the flow that comes out is this kind of melody that was created from this movement that is not anymore two-dimensional, that is not anymore quotation that I remember from some kind of book. It's a new language. It's a language that is created in the moment, that I just start to say out. And I really am the words. I don't quote, I just talk them out. And they are resonating into the room, and they are coming to the other person, hitting them, coming to him, and he will absorb them in whichever way he will, but it definitely has the potential of impact, and I say it from my past experience. Maybe it all sounds a bit weird, but I will share and explain why it becomes like that. Because really I feel that the studies I did with the human design, with the help of the teacher, helped me to understand foundations that without I would fly in the air with my mind. A mental mind flying in the air tries to understand small features, small aspects in a whole design chart. I can zoom in and look on just one gate, or I can zoom in or just look at one channel. But the real magic happens if I can also zoom out and see the holistic thing happening there. And when I was sitting with people, I see this holistic thing in the chart that for me is more than a two-dimensional page with some color, acting in synchronicity with how the person is acting. And a connection is being made between how I perceive the person and how I perceive the chart. It's something that is just exciting for me. And it would not be possible for me. And I feel for the vast majority it would be the same. Maybe there are some geniuses that are not like that, but they are always more seldom. There are not many like them. That the foundations, they are really the key to understand the flow of energy in a chart. And it starts in seeing that there is an aura type, and that the aura type is connected to an authority. I like to see it, let's take a metaphor. There is a being, a silhouette, just a being, and he has a stick. And the stick helps him to walk one step after the other. And the stick would be more the authority, and the being would be the aura, that connects also to the strategy. And all the things that are in the aura, I am as a manifestor, have the peace as signature, have the anger as the not self-him. All those words that are part of who do I impact, all of those things are in this aura type. So again and simply, aura type with authority, it's part of the structure that I look at when I see the chart. And then comes the real other thing, which is the 9 centers and the circuitry. Which channels are connecting those centers are making a big deal in how the energy flows there in the chart. And which circuit is not there present in the chart is something that is missing, and something that can cause a problem. And suddenly this thing from the centers and the channels that are connecting and which circuit they are creating something basic, it's the foundation, but it creates something whole and reliable, that on that you can really see basic things, but they are really the essence of what is going on with that person, in connection with the aura type and the way his intuition works for him, the authority. Only later on this foundation comes something more that is more a zoom in with the hexagrams and the lines in the hexagrams. But this is less important, because if I would look just on the zoom in, I would not see how the car is driving. I would not understand that. For me, I would not understand that. So really, by learning these basics of the centers, of the aura types, of the circuitry, that all the 4 different circuits that are, it really helped me to make a basic connection between those different themes. And when I look at the chart, it's not anymore this 2-dimensional chart for me. And I say it because I feel that is not something that is common to look in that way on a chart. And maybe there are some people that will feel that it's interesting for them. And maybe for them, I don't know. Maybe I have some trip myself.